This is 9 o'clock in India and 8:30 a.m. here in Portland, where I am now. And perhaps people from different parts of the world have joined us. And we are also expecting a few more to join in course of time. I'm sorry I muted everybody except the co-hosts. Others cannot unmute themselves at this point of time. As we progress, in case anybody has any question, you can either raise your virtual hand to participate in the program or wait till the end of the program when we have a question answer session. Welcome to this 40th episode of SkillUP, which all of us have been waiting, looking forward to, because this is going to be a great presentation by Ashok Mistriji in the presence of our very beloved International Director, Ramesh Prajapati-ji. So both of you welcome, and welcome everybody. All of you who are already on board, I welcome each one of you. I'm sure this program has been going on so very successfully only because of the support and participation of every one of you. As I've told you many times in the past, this program was initiated 2 years ago, and the idea was to give ourselves an opportunity. There are about 89 LCIPs in ISAME area as on today, and all of us are willing to share our knowledge, our skills, whatever we can with others to help them and to help ourselves, more importantly. So with that idea, we started this program 2 years ago, and last year it went very successfully, and there was a demand from LCIPs to continue this year also. All going well, maybe next year also we'll continue this. And the idea was to involve LCIPs as presenters, but it does not mean that it's limited to them. So it is expected, the idea is to involve as many FDIs, as many leaders, as many lions, as many non-lions, and those who are interested in upskilling themselves. So to help them and to help us grow, this idea was conceptualized. So these were the series of programs that we launched last year. So every fortnight, this happens on alternate Thursdays. Last year, it was on every alternate Thursday. But this year, there were many requests, many applications, and that's why sometimes we'll have it on all Thursdays of the month. For instance, this time we are going to have one more program next Thursday. So instead of the next fortnight, so we have a program on the next week also. So these are the programs in this year. We are on this 40th episode today. As I told you already, Lion Ashok Mistry LCIP is going to make the presentation, and our ID, Ramesh Prajapati-ji, is our chief guest. We are here. We started here with Sunilji and Manoshaji, and we are here at this point. So this is the series of programs that we have done this year. We are on the 40th episode, and we have another 7 episodes in this series, in the second series 2.0. And this year, by June 19, we would like to finish them. And maybe if all goes well, as I told you, maybe July or August, we will launch the third series. So today is 27th March, and this is the program. The topic is progress versus perfection. As I know, Ashok Mistriji has, I think, a very great deep insight into this topic, and he has done a lot of research on that. And it's going to be, I think, a very, very interesting and useful topic for all of us. Every one of these episodes begins with reading out the code of ethics. This time we are extremely lucky. There is a very, very, very important person here who, as Ashok Mistry has already told us, hails from the family of the founders of lionism in India. So Lion Godrej was one of the 3 or 4 people who brought lionism to India, and Freddy hails from that family. We also have Abhay Inamdarji and Pooja Devi Nikhal. I request all 3 of you to keep your microphones unmuted so that you can begin reading out the code of ethics for us. So please start. Begin.
Yeah. Lion's Code of Ethics: to show my faith in the worthiness of my vocation by industrious application to the end that I may merit a reputation for quality of service, to seek success and to demand all fair remuneration or profit as my just due, but to accept no profit or success at the price of my own self-respect, lost because of unfair advantage taken or because of questionable acts on my part. To remember that in building up my business, it is not necessary to tear down another's, to be loyal to my clients or customers and true to myself.
Whenever a
Shall I
doubt
proceed?
arises as to the right or ethics of my position or action towards others, to resolve such doubts against myself, to hold friendship as an end and not a means, to hold that true friendship exists not on account of the service performed by one to another, but that true friendship demands nothing but accepts service in the space in which it is given. Always to bear in mind my obligations as a citizen to my nation, my state, and my community, and to give them my unswerving loyalty in word, act, and deed, to give them freely of my time, labor, and means.
Yeah.
To aid others by giving my sympathy to those in distress, my aid to the weak, and my substance to the needy.
Yeah.
To be careful with my criticism and liberal with my praise, to build up and not destroy.
Thank you very much, all three of you. It may not be out of place to tell you that this code of ethics has been with us for 107 years. So when Lion Godrej brought it to India in 1956, or maybe I think all other things came later. Our slogan came later. Our motto came later. The interpretation of the letters LIONS came later. Our global focus areas came later. But the code of ethics has been there in existence right from the beginning of our association. I think that's something wonderful. So something surviving for so long, more than longer than a century. I think we are all proud of it. This is something that's relevant to us not only as lions, but as human beings. Thank you very much for reading that out, all three of you. Wonderful. So, and I'll stop sharing this, and then I just would like to tell you a little about our chief guest today, International Director Ramesh Prajapati, so that I can invite him to address us. I think I have known him very personally. I have attended a few board meetings along with him because I was accompanying another director, Ryan Babu Rao, to the board meetings. And so we had lots of opportunities to work together, be together, know each other closely. And that's really wonderful. He's a great gentleman, a perfect gentleman, rather. He was a scientist, actually, and he worked for ISRO. And after serving as a lecturer for some time at the technology MSU Vadodara University, he switched over to his family business. 40 years of experience in the estate industry, construction, etc. And he's now a partner of the Kaiser Developers, which focuses on negotiation and sales promotion. He has been a lion for, guess it, 36 years. He joined, he's a member of the Baroda Goa Lions Club and has been a very, very, very successful leader at various levels. And he is a trustee of he was a trustee of the Lion Magazine India and a member of he was the global leadership team area leader. Again, that's a very prestigious position. Not many people become area leaders, and he was the GLT area leader. And as a GLT area leader, he conducted quite a lot of training programs, innumerable of them. He was installation officer. Can anybody guess how many installations he did at club level? He installed 600 clubs, right? And trained more than 700 lions as GLT area leader. And most importantly, he won the Supreme Membership Key Award. How many members he brought in, how many clubs he extended, and he is a lead donor to MJ, Melvin Jones Fellowship. So the LCF donor. I think in almost every respect that somebody can scale to the peak of achievement, I think he has done wonders. He is associated with many educational and other cultural, social organizations, banks, etc. And another thing that I would like to tell you, his wife Amita also is extremely active. So I saw her during the board meetings. She is very, very friendly, highly sociable, and extremely supportive. I'm really happy that this couple has made a name for themselves in many different respects. So I invite ID Ramesh Prajapati to address us and also declare this episode of Skill Up as inaugurated. Over to Ramesh.
Thank you very much, facilitator, like nagaRAJU. I know nagaRAJU since I think before 1 year. Yeah, before 1 year, I came to know about him, and that is about the skill program, India program. He is conducting and imparting knowledge to the lions, which is necessary for the lions to be a leader. And today, I got best opportunity to speak some words for today's speaker, Lion Ashok Mistry. When I was GLT area leader of 3 multiple, Western multiple, he was also GLT leader in district. He is a very learned person. He is known as encyclopedia of lionism. Today, I think we are blessed by the God to have a speaker like Ashok Mistry. He will impart such a knowledge which is necessary for the all leaders and grassroots lions of India and abroad. Today's subject, that is the perfection, progress versus perfection. I think this is the best subject selected by nagaRAJU because he is the person behind or the brain behind this program, and always he imparts knowledge to all the lions. So versus perfection, progress versus perfection are two different approaches to growth and achievements. We know, friends, progress is always, we think it should be a progressive or the work should be progressive. And everybody also thinks that the work done should be also perfect. So progress is necessary to grow, to improve, and to also correct our mistakes. So perfection is different. Perfection means, suppose you are doing learning language. So in perfection, you will not utter a word if you find that it is not flawless. So perfection is different, but progress is there to continuously practice, and also you will correct some mistakes, and also you will improve your mistakes also, and you will learn something more. That is a progress. So if you think about another example, suppose we are painting a picture, then also if it is a progress, we talk about progress.
Yes.
Yeah, we are talking about example of painting a picture. So suppose you are painting a picture with a view to progressive marks, then you will see, you will experience with colors and also refine some techniques to make it better. But if it is in perfection, you think about the perfection, then you will only do same thing again and again to make it perfect and to satisfy yourself. That is very good enough. It is very good enough. So perfection and the progress and the perfection, we need. we strive for excellence, but it is also needed that we grow as per our wishes and as per the requirement of the situation. Friends, I will not talk about much about this subject because our speaker is a very learned speaker. He is LCIP and my friend. I think this is a great opportunity given to me to know about Lion Ashok Mistry and to listen him as a speaker for a different topic, that is unique topic, that is also will be delivered by our best friend Lion Ashok Mistry. Friends, thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to talk with you, to share my uh, opinion about the progress versus perfection. And I think nagaRAJU deserves my compliments. Congratulations for continuing program since 2 years. And this is a very good episode. And everybody like it. So nagaRAJU, I congratulate you from my bottom heart. You all Thank you. Thank you very much again for giving me an opportunity to talk this August audience of Zoom. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Director Prajapati ji, scientist, lecturer, businessman, director. So many roles you played, and I'm extremely happy that you have given us your time. I know, despite your busy schedule, you have made it a point to come here and then spend time with us. Thank you very much for your message also, and you've set the tone for highlighting the difference between progress and perfection. I'm sure that will make Ashokji's job a little easier because the tone is already set. So, Lion Ashok Mistry is an LCIP, as all of you are aware. He is from Lions Club of Pune, Future. I think the name rings a bell, I think. So the name of the club is Pune Future. I think that itself perhaps, tells us what this club does. A civil engineer by profession, the construction consultant, and he's an interior designer also. Since 1981 in Pune and since 2003 in Gujarat and Maharashtra, he has conceived, conceptualized, and also completed lots of different kinds of projects, including industrial buildings, commercial buildings, residential buildings, etc. He also, like our director chief guest, has been a Lion for 35 years. And something interesting is people in various multiple districts, he is popularly known as the encyclopedia of lionism. So you can guess the kind of knowledge and the insight that he has into lionism. He has been a faculty at various levels, including ISAME Global Action Team for 20 years, and he trained more than 300 Lions for CQI and CGL, and he is very popular as a resource person in those two areas. He also is a certified trainer for Lions Quest and a popular quiz master at multiple district and other levels. He made a film. He made a film on diabetes initiatives in India, and this film was screened as a special show during one of the International Board of Directors meeting when it and I think he attended that, I think. So instrumental in organizing the LCI approved the first all women ELLI and ALLI in multiple district 3234. He won, I think I don't want to read all the awards that he has been, I think, in more than 32 international awards, including leadership medals, presidential medals, etc. Two other important factors that I'd like to tell you is that he is associated with an organization called Satya Niketan. This organization has been working for education of tribal children. And more than 5,000 tribal children have already benefited it. And then first to postgraduate courses. All courses are offered here on Sahyadri Hills, about 225 kilometers away from Pune city. And so far, Lion Ashok Mistry and his friends and his club carried out the development of educational facilities worth, I think the amount is too very large, 4 crore rupees worth projects have been given to this organization, through this organization, to the tribal children. I think that's extremely, praiseworthy. Then I think we have thought of lots of hobbies that people have, but Ashok Mistri's hobbies are very, 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 very rare and perhaps unique. I don't know if anybody has this hobby. His hobbies are designing district governor pins for district governors. Whenever a new district governor comes, he takes his help and then he designs a pin for them. He creates theme songs for them. He creates films for them, publications for them, brochures for them, presentations for them. So the list is too very long. I don't want to take too much of Ashok Mistri's time. Let him speak to us. I think I have great pleasure in inviting our LCIP friend Ashok Mistriji to make the presentation on progress and perfection.
Thank you very much, nagaRAJU, for very, very elaborately introducing me to this August gathering. So nice of you, and thank you very much. Whatever me, my friends, and my clubs are doing for these tribal children are doing as a part of our life, whatever we get from the society, whatever we build up now, that we try to return back to the society by way of educating these tribal children. So that they can stand up their own legs and they can progress in life. And then we can make the bright future of India. Good evening, friends. Our today's presentation is
Ashok, would you like to go to the full screen mode? Yeah.
Yeah, I made the full screen.
Yeah, got it.
Yeah. First of all, sincere thanks to ID Ramesh Bhai. I have worked under him when he was our constituency area D GLT coordinator, and I was my district GLT coordinator. I have learned a lot of things from him regarding the leadership, regarding the making presentations and how to present your thoughts in various types of meetings, seminars. And also my thanks to nagaRAJU for giving me an opportunity. And friends, in today's session, I'm not going to say that progress is the best or the perfection is the best. Both are things going hand in hand. But just we are going to compare the progress and the perfections parallelly. So let's move ahead. Friends, ever since we were kids, most of us were taught to be perfect. And if we are perfect, then only we can progress. This perfection means working very hard to the best in the class and to the best in all our endeavors. The competition starts since our childhood and continues throughout our life. We are often burdened with the pressure to live up to the expectations of our parents, friends, relatives, and peers. It's normal for people to expect from us to be the perfect personality along with the progress. Problem begins when we burden ourselves with these expectations and assume that it is our moral duty to fulfill that. Everyone aspires to be perfect. I also want to be a perfect in all my endeavors. You also want to be perfect in all your endeavors. After all, who does not want a perfect life? That is idealistic. This idea sounds so tempting, right? Correct?
Yeah.
So friends, what should we decide? To go with the progress in life and enjoy the life to the fullest, or to struggle to become the perfectionist? And thank you, nagaRAJU, for giving me these subjects. He has asked me for the four choices of the subjects. I have given the fourth choice. In the first, I gave these subjects because I love both the things. I'll come down later in this session with my personal experience Before moving ahead in this presentation, let's see the session objectives. In this session, friends, we are going to define the progress and the perfection. We'll distinguish the thought process, the thinking process and the mindset of the persons seeking or the pursuing the progress and the perfection. And simultaneously, after that, we will understand the difference in attitudes, behavioral attitude or the understanding attitude of the persons pursuing the progress and the perfection. Friends, progress is a gradual improvement, or you can say advancement towards a goal, what we set, and we advance it to achieve the goal. It's about taking the consistent step forward to achieve that goal. And no matter how small they may be, but we try to do it step by step, and then we achieve the goal. So that's a progress. And whereas the perfection is having all the desirable qualities, you can say that all the elements or the qualities or characteristics which are something without fault or as good as to be the best. And that is known as the perfection. Before we move forward for the presentation, let us first go through the poll. I request nagaRAJU to float the poll. Let us, friend, give your input. What do you think? What is better in our life? Either we should go with the progress or the perfection. So here the poll starts.
Yeah, answers have begun. So you have to choose
Yeah.
one of the two. In your opinion, which do you think is the better, progress or perfection? So I think the results are oscillating between the two.
Yeah.
38 people have already polled. I want everybody to poll. It's not anything difficult. You just press a button.
Yes. Yeah, everyone is participating. It's a good sign.
Good. So I'll stop the poll after 5 seconds. Please exercise your vote.
My audio is clear, nagaRAJU?
Yeah, yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Good. I'll wait for 2 more seconds. Yeah, I'm ending the poll now. And let me share the results with you. The results are 64% of the participants think that progress is more important than perfection for them.
Yeah.
And 36% of the participants who voted said that perfection is more important.
Yeah. And
sharing. Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, nagaRAJU. Thank you very much.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah. Let me close it. Yeah. So, friends, as a professionals, either in our business or personal growth and social field, we must continually ask ourselves, what should we do that brings the results? Are we on the path of progress or are we chasing for imperfection? This thinking process starts in everyone's mind. When they start or we start to do something new, or we set up a goal, or we want to achieve something new or accomplish. So let us first understand the difference in thinking process of the persons seeking the progress and the perfection. A person seeking the progress always thinks just learning to do something new takes time. I don't have to do it perfectly for the first time. That means his thought is he is ready to face the failure. He knows there may be a failure in my way. He is ready to learn. Whereas a perfectionist thinks that if I can't do it right for the first time, I shouldn't do it at all. Means he is running away from the failure. The second thought comes in the mind is failure happens to everyone. See how beautifully the person thinking the progress thinks. Failure happens to everyone. Learning from failure is a key to success. And that means he is ready to learn whatever the obstacles, whatever the failures he faces, he wants to learn that thing and come to overcome to that. And whereas the perfection thinking is, failure is not an option, because we have seen that that he has the quality of without something fault. They always think that the failure is a sign of weakness. Means they do not want to learn something new, or they do not want to face any hurdles or the obstacles. They don't want to overcome that. They are fixed on their path. The third one is, I am not competing with anyone. I appreciate what I have and what I do. A person seeking for the progress has a self-confidence in himself. He knows he is going to achieve his task. He wants to achieve his task. So he has planned and accordingly is moving ahead. He thinks that he is not competing with anyone. He knows that. And he also knows that what are his limitations, what he can do, and how he can overcome. And whereas the person seeking the perfection is thinking, if I can't be as good as they are, means he's comparing himself with someone else. Then why should try? Means the person seeking perfection may think he is thinking of the lack of self-confidence. There are some more differences in thoughts, my dear friends. Keep your chat box ready and just put in your chat box what your thought comes on the screen. Just put whether it is a progress or the perfection. Keep your chat box open and just type there. And I request nagaRAJU or Praveen to assist me with the answers. Then we'll go ahead. The first thought comes is, disappointments are a part of life. I'll keep things in perspective and try my best. So recognize what this is, progress or perfection.
Praveen, please read the answers.
Yeah, please
Many
open your
of them
chat
says
box.
progress,
Yeah.
progress,
Yes.
perfection, progress. Majority says progress.
Okay. Yeah, friend, this is a progress thought. This is open-minded. Person seeking the progress knows that the disappointments are a part of our life. Whatever we are going to do, we may face the failure, hurdles. And so we keep these things in mind. And then the persons try their best to overcome that, learn and overcome that disappointments. I can't handle another disappointment or mistake.
Perfection, progress, perfection, progress, perfection, 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 perfection. Majority goes with the perfection.
This is a
There are few
perfection.
who
People,
says the progress
yeah,
also. Yeah.
yeah. People pursuing the perfection things, because their way of working is that their qualities they want is without any mistake, without fault. They want everything to be best. And so whatever disappointments comes in their way, or they do any mistakes, they can't handle. So their thinking is that they can't handle the disappointments and mistake, because they think that they have decided what is the way to do is the best way. This is beyond my skill level. I can't do this well, so I quit. Yeah, go ahead.
Perfection,
Yeah. Recognize what is progress or
perfection.
perfection.
Yeah, perfection, perfection, perfection. Progress, perfection, 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 perfection. One or two progress, but otherwise most of them says perfection.
Yeah, this is a thought of person seeking the perfection. Their way of thinking is fixed. They want to be the best, and when they come on to across the another new skill to learn, they can't do it. And so they decide, I want to quit. Because they have decided the path, the steps, what to follow, and they think they are 100% right. And so if obstacle comes, a new skill has to be learned, they immediately think that this is beyond our skill level, can't do well, so they quit. So this is a negative thinking. When you pursue any goal or task, This is a negative thinking affecting your pursuing of the goal or task. This is a new challenge. I will grow as I struggle through this. I can learn a new skill.
Progress, 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 progress. Yeah, progress, progress. I think it's unanimously going with the progress.
Yeah, this is a progress thought, friends. A person who seeks for the progress, going for the progress, he always accepts the new challenges, struggle through this, and learn a new skill and overcome to that. Friends, these are the some thoughts which came in my mind of differentiating the progress and the perfection. And these thoughts decides your mindset. So let's go ahead. Friend, we see and feel that development physically as well as mentally as we go from childhood to adulthood. We see that it is through our thoughts and the mindset. Also, we see our development in another areas like learning from the hard skill, learning from the critical thinking, learning from developing emotional maturity, improving relationships, and whatever comes in between from our childhood to adulthood. So, along with this experience of life in our life, we develop our mindset, and our mindset develops, changes as we get the experience, and we move ahead in life. And according to our mindset, we think and work. We have seen the thinking of the persons pursuing the progress and the perfection. So now let's see what was that mindset that reflected the thoughts. Friends, a person seeking the progress always thinks that the intelligence and talent are dynamic, can be improved, whereas a mindset of perfectionist says that the intelligence and talent are natural, innate, that is by birth. We cannot change or we cannot improve it. The progressive person determines the success. His mind determines the success by efforts and the actions taken to achieve the goal. And whereas a perfectionist mind determines the success by talent. He thinks that the talent only gives you the success. Your natural abilities gives you the success. The progressive person always focuses on learning, growing, improving himself or herself and achieving goals. And whereas a person seeking progress, perfection, always thinks of the perfection and the end result. That is the win or the loss. So this is a mindset that gives the different types of thoughts. Similarly, friend, there are some more types of mindsets you have to recognize it. So let's again open your chat box and just type progress or perfection. Here we go. Passion for challenges. So just recognize whether it is a progress mindset or the perfection mindset.
Praveen, instead of reading the answers, read
Yeah,
the names of the
progress.
lions, names of the lions who gave the answers. They'll feel happy.
Okay, sir. Govind Chauhan says progress. Deepak Shah says progress.
Yeah.
Ramesh says progress. Gauri says progress. And Anand Kumari says progress. Pramod says progress. Jayanti Malik says progress. Thomas Ayar says progress. PC Obulraja says progress.
Stop.
Yeah.
Raj
So
Kumar says progress. Yeah, many of
majority,
them said progress.
yeah. Friend, this
It's
is a
going very fast.
progressive mindset. A person going for the progress always have a passion to achieve his goal. And so he has a passion to whatever the obstacles or the challenges come in between, want to overcome. So he goes behind for the challenges to overcome whenever it comes. So they have the passion for challenges because they want to overcome and achieve their goals. To strive is to have no talent. Yes, friend, go ahead.
Varma says progress. Sakit says progress. Satish says progress. Abhay says progress. Sudhakar says progress. Anand Kumari says progress.
Oh.
Vijeta says progress. Jaya Mohan says progress.
There is a word
Majority
no
of
in
the
between.
yeah,
No
majority
talent.
of the
I
No
just went
talent.
very fast, sir, so I'm not able
yeah,
to read
yeah,
all the
yeah.
names.
No
Okay,
issues. No
okay.
issues.
No
Yeah.
issue, no issue. So
So both
majority
of
are with
them,
the progress.
yeah, everybody is with progress. Only one perfection says like E.R. Ramanand,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
otherwise
yeah,
rest all
yeah.
says
Friend,
progress.
this is the mindset of a person pursuing the perfection.
Maybe they did not notice the word no in between.
Yeah,
No talent.
yeah.
No talent.
No talent, no talent. Because the person seeking the perfection always thinks that the quality is talent by birth. We shouldn't have to strive for that. It is our innate qualities. And so they always think that we should not, their mindset always say that they do not strive for the talent. It is innate by birth. A dislike of criticism or feedback. Recognize the mindset. Which mindset dislikes the criticism or feedback?
Sakit says perfection. Kabir says perfection. Abhay says progress. Vijeta says perfection. Anand Kumari says perfection. Maninder Singh says perfection. Ramanand says perfection. Abhay Gandhi says perfection. Jaya Mohan says perfection. Sudhakar says perfection. Govind says perfection. So many of them says perfection.
Going with the
Rohini.
perfection.
Ashokji, one second. I'm sorry for interrupting.
Yeah.
One Abhay, Praveen, you said one Abhay said I heard only one progress. I think somebody by name Abhay said progress. I think. Do you mind? Can you unmute him, Praveen?
Yeah, I'll try to do that, sir.
Try
Yes.
to.
Yeah.
We will ask him why he thinks it's
Yeah.
progress.
Yeah.
Abhijit, you can unmute now.
It's not Abhay Gandhi. Abhay somebody else.
Abhay Pramod, sir.
Yeah, Abhay Pramodji, are you there?
Yeah.
I'm listening, sir.
Why do you think it's progress? It's a progress mindset.
Actually, if
I think he logged
can't
in
explain
something.
right now, but I think that it is progress. If you don't criticism or feedback देते तो अपना progress नहीं हो सकता उसकी वजह से.
The idea is somebody who wants to progress must accept feedback. So if I accept feedback, what happens? I keep progressing. If I don't accept feedback, so my mindset thinks because I want it a certain way, I want only that way. That is a different mindset. Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Abhay. Thank you, nagaRAJU ji. Friends, a person seeking the perfection, his mindset never accepts the criticism. We have seen in the thought process that they think that they're competing with someone they want to quit. They think that they're the 100% correct. They think that the qualities, talents are innate. And so whatever they decide is 100% correct. So if someone criticizes on their failure or on the way of working or give the negative feedback, they dislike it. Sometimes they stop talking with that persons. We have experience in life. Then they ignore that persons. So the person seeking the perfection, he develops his mindset. He dislikes criticism and feedback. Use feedback and failure as a learning opportunity. Yes, friend, go ahead fast.
Varma says progress. Lalji Verma. Kabir says progress. And Shivashankar Rao says progress. Maninder Singh says progress. Govind says progress. Abhay says progress. Ramanandu says progress. Jaya Mohan says progress. Satish says progress. HN Singh says progress.
Thank you. Thank you. I think
the majority are going with the progress.
Yeah, everybody, not even single.
Abhayji, a few seconds. That between the third, the difference between the third and the fourth items. So there is one who does not accept criticism and feedback, and there is someone who accepts feedback and also considers it as an opportunity to improve. That's the difference. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. So the person seeking the progress develops his mindset is developed in that way that he uses the feedback, whether it is a positive or negative, and the failure as a learning opportunity. We have seen in the thinking process of the person seeking the progress that they love the challenges, passion for challenges. If their obstacle comes, they want to learn new skills. They go ahead about that, learn. They're seeking that as a learning opportunity. So their mindset is developed to use feedback and failure as a learning opportunity. A person seeks to improve. The success of others is the inspiration. Yes, Praveen bhai.
Verma says progress. Kabir says, Kabir Das says progress. Abhay says progress. Govind says progress. Maninder Singh says progress. Ramna Reddy progress. Parameshwar says progress. Pooja says
Majority is
progress.
going with the progress.
Yeah. So one perfection. Enugulte Ramesh.
Acha.
Rest all says progress.
Perfection. Okay. This is a progress mindset. Because the person wants to improve. And he always get inspired with the success of others. He always thinks that if someone can do it, why can't I? I will tell you my own experience here, my dear friend. When the first time LCIP was introduced by Lions Club International and the first institute was organized at Chicago, our headquarters, at that time I decided that I will definitely one time apply for this. After that, I tried to find out the way that where can we get a form, then how we can apply, whose signature is required. I learned that on that form, no one has signature required. Don't require the signature of district governor, VDG1, VDG2, or your multiple council chairperson, or ID, anybody. You have to fill that form. You have to apply to Lions Club International, and on your personal learning and the knowledge capacity, the LCI selects you. I have seen so many people getting success in that. I have applied for continuously 5 years, my dear friend. The 4 years I got the email from the LCI that you are in the queue. If someone cancels, we will be informed you be ready for that. And on the 5th year, I get a chance. I am selected and I pursued. Because I want to improve myself. And that's why the success of other people around me, when I see that my friend, they become the LCIP, I get inspiration. So the person thinking of progress always has a mindset to improve and to get inspired with the another person's success. A person seeks to prove themselves. The success of others is a trait. Yes, friends. Recognize.
I think you can start typing. Okay, perfection. Lalji Verma says perfection. I think this is a bit tricky, so people have started thinking. Okay, Vijaya says perfect and perfection. Abhay says perfection. Vijeta says perfection. Govind says perfection. Pooja says perfection. Deepakshi says perfection.
Majority are going with the perfection.
Yeah, Jay Mohan. Everybody says perfection.
Yeah.
Pramod says perfection.
Yeah, friend, this is a perfection mindset. We have seen that they're competing with someone. They think that all their qualities and everything is innate, natural. They want to prove themselves that I am 100% correct. And so, in a similar task, their way of thinking is different and someone else's way of thinking different. And someone achieves the success other than him or her first, then they feel like it's like a threat to their ideology, threat to their sustainability, threat to their thinking. And so they get demotivated. They get feel threatened by the success of others because they don't want to improve themselves. Friends, so far we have seen the differences in thinking and on that what mindset has been developed. And this both thinking and the mindset develops your attitude. So let's move ahead. Friends, we all are set out to achieve our goals with great gusto. We get motivated, we plan, we achieve step by step towards our goal, we move towards our goal, we march towards our goal. Our determination remains all-time high. We are ready to go to achieve our goals. The first few steps are very easy, very good, we feel good. We have come across so much steps. We have achieved more than 50%. But gradually, when we are keep trying to achieve our goals, at some point, we may find that the goal is hard to achieve. And somewhere at this point, when we start believing that now the goal is hard to achieve, we feel depressed. We start losing faith in our abilities. And then, at this time, our attitude matters the most. Because our attitude is defined and decided by our thinking and the mindset. It is a composite of one's mental and emotional outlook, shaping how individuals perceive and react to situations. You can see in the visual, the person winning the race or winning the medal at number 1 position, number 2nd. You can see the facial expression. It doesn't look like a good and very happy. Whereas the number 3, see how he reacts to the situation. He puts the plus sign between 1 and 2 and makes equal to 3. How he perceived and reacts to the situation. He says that, boss, you are number 1, you are number 2. I have both the qualities of you. And this attitude will decide the success, not other people will decide the success. So let's see what is the difference between the progress and the person and their attitudes. Attitude of the progressive person is new ideas welcome. The plan that you set out, you may need to modify it when the obstacle comes, when you have to struggle, as per the situation. You will be happy to change. The person seeking the progress will be happy to change his plan, will modify it. Because he wants to achieve the goal. So he is welcoming the new ideas and implement it. Whereas a person seeking the perfection, his attitude is focusing only on the achieving faultlessness job, goal. He wants flawlessness activities. So he refrains himself from taking the risk. Such people always think that if we welcome the new ideas, it may not give the desired result or it may not work out as per the plan decided by themselves. And so they always question the new ideas. Progress teaches you to keep moving forward and achieve more. Progress and improvement goes hand in hand. And step by step, when you achieve your goal, it inspires you and it moves you forward. Those who aim for the perfection, they always wait for the ideal time and ideal circumstances to come forward so that they can start their assignment, they can start their work, they can start achieving their goal. And the ideal time, ideal situation, as it prolongs, it slows you down in achieving your goal. So the attitude of waiting for the ideal time and the ideal circumstances slows you down in achieving your goal. Motivation. Progress teaches you to keep moving forward. We have seen moves you forward. Each and every small steps you achieved, you celebrate. A person seeking the progress celebrates each and every step, small steps, what they have achieved. And that achievement keeps them motivated. Yes, I have achieved 40% of my task. I have achieved 50% of my task. And that motivates. A person seeking the perfection started self-criticizing himself because when he doesn't achieve the desired goal, because his focus is solely on the final achievement. And this is dangerous of self-criticism. When the person starts self-criticizing himself or herself, they overlook the achievements what they have made so far. And thus, this self-criticism demotivates them. Willing to learn. Attitude is willing to learn. We have seen in the thinking process and the mindset. They are not let down by the progressive people, not let down by the failures. They learn new skills, develop themselves because they want to achieve the goal. And so their attitude is always willing to learn. Whereas a perfectionist attitude is win or loss, whether they achieve the goal or not achieve. So they are not ready to accept to learn the new skills. They don't want to fail. They don't want someone should compare them. Someone should put finger on them that they have failed. So their focus is only on the last end result. And so they are unwilling to learn the new things the way come in their life. So they don't want to fail in their task or job. Enhance success. With every progress, the person celebrates, and that enhances the success at the end when the result is achieved. They are full of joy because they've enjoyed each and every step, what they've crossed, they have learned, they've overcome, they have struggled. And so their success of achieving the final result is enhanced. Where people obsess with the perfection generally often ends up with the health issues like depression because their rigid mindset, unwilling to learn new things. If the obstacle comes, they may leave the job assignment. They doesn't want to fail. They self-criticize. And that criticism, that frustration, that depression of not achieving the final goal depress them, and they become a mental issue of anxiety or the depression. Friends, in the initial of this session, we had a poll of what we should be better in our life. Once again, we'll go for the poll, what is better in our life. We have seen the percentage, we have the result of the first poll. And now after going through this session, thoughts, mindset, and the attitude, let's see how much different it has been created. So I once again request nagaRAJU to float the poll and let's see what are the results. What are the results?
Yeah, the poll is on your screen. I think you can begin polling.
Yeah.
You can choose either progress or perfection, whichever you think is better.
Yeah.
$25 people have polled so far. I'll wait for another 20, 30, another 5 seconds. Good. Even after you have exercised your vote, you can change your vote if you change your mind. If you think you made a mistake, you can redo it. Great.
Great.
Shall I wait for another 5 seconds?
Yeah, that's all.
Good. Okay, I'm sharing the results. People are a little more wary, I think. Okay.
Yeah.
So here are the results. So earlier, if you remember, 64% said progress is better than perfection. and now the percentage has increased to 92%.
82%.
So 92% people think that progress is better than perfection. Thank you very much. I'm stopping sharing.
Yes.
Yeah.
So friends, before I conclude, let's see a small film. It will highlight the progress and the perfection.
You have not enabled audio, I think, Ashokji.
Yeah, audio not?
No.
No, just a minute. Just a
Stop
minute.
sharing. Stop sharing, and maybe when you.
No, I have made that. I have changed that.
Uh-huh.
Share computer stereo. Yeah.
Once upon a time, a master potter gathered his
Voice is
students
there?
and gave them an important challenge. He divided them into two groups and gave them separate instructions. To the first group, he said, "Your task is to create a single perfect pot. Take all the time you need to plan, design, and craft it. Focus on making it flawless." To the second group, he gave a different challenge. "Your goal is to make as many pots as possible within the time given. It doesn't matter if some are imperfect. Just keep making more." The students eagerly started their work. The first group spent most of their time sketching designs, measuring proportions, and overanalyzing every detail before finally crafting their pot. They feared making mistakes, so they hesitated, second-guessed, and worked cautiously. The second group immediately started molding clay, creating pot after pot. Some were uneven, some cracked, and some collapsed entirely. But with every mistake, they learned. With each new pot, their hands became steadier, their techniques improved, and their creativity flourished. When the time was up, the master potter examined their work. To everyone's surprise, the most beautiful and well-crafted pots came from the second group, the ones who had focused on quantity, not perfection. Why? Because while the first group was stuck in planning and fear of failure, the second group embraced the process. Through trial and error, their hands became skilled, their confidence grew, and they mastered their craft. Moral of the story: success is not about waiting for perfection. It's about taking action, learning from failures, and improving along the way. Many people hesitate to start because they fear making mistakes. But the truth is, mistakes are the stepping stones to mastery. The more you try, the better you become.
We all are born with unique capabilities, unique qualities, talent. You may not be able to do the things what your friends can do. I can do what you can do. I cannot do what you can do. And even you can do, I cannot do it. It's okay. That doesn't mean that we should compromise on our standards. No, friends. We have to need to set a high standards and strive towards achieving them. Progress is the path to perfection. Remember, my dear friends, I repeat, progress is the path to perfection. We aim at perfection, but are willing to progress gradually. If people around you keep pointing at you for imperfection, do not strive to meet their expectations. Instead, become the best at your job, pursue your goal in life, be the best version of you. Friends, so just put in your chat box, yes or no. Have we achieved the session objectives? Have we defined the progress and perfection? Have we distinguished the thought process and the mindsets of the person seeking the progress and the perfection? And understand the differences in attitudes of the person pursuing the progress and the perfections. Yes, Praveen?
Yes, and yes.
Yes.
From all. Great presentation, Ji.
Thank you, friends. Friends, once again, my sincere thanks to ID Ramesh Bhai, my very good friend, for being a chief guest on my request for this session and motivating us and guiding us. Thank you very much, Ramesh Bhai. Thanks to Lion Freddy, Abhay and Pooja for reading the code on my request. And thanks to my dearest friend nagaRAJU for his unparalleled support and the guidance for this presentation. And to all of you, my dear friends, for your having faith in me, believing me, and attending today's sessions. Love you all. Love you. Thank you. Thank you very much, friend.
Thank you and hearty congratulations, Ashok ji. Before I conclude, I just would like to read out one comment from our friend H.M. Singhji, who is another encyclopedia of lionism. He says, progress is continuous improvement, while perfection is an unattainable goal, unattainable
Goal.
ideal.
Right.
Focus on growth over flawlessness to achieve meaningful success. Thank you very much,
Perfect.
Singhji.
Thank
Thanks a
you.
lot. So thank you everybody for this wonderful presentation, Ashokji. I think you have made it very simple for all of us to understand with good examples from your own personal life as well as other kinds of examples. You have made it really, really interesting and impressive and useful to all of us.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot. And in fact,
Thank you, sir.
I wanted to invite Saqib Rahimji to propose a formal vote of thanks. But before that, I just would like to show that the next presentation is next week itself, not after a fortnight. It's on the 3rd April. Saqib Rahimji, my very good friend from Pakistan, is going to make the presentation. And his topic is misconceptions about motivation, what we think wrong about motivation. So part of his job has been made easy by Ashokji. Ashokji has already proposed some kind of a vote of thanks. So I invite Saqibji now to propose a formal vote of thanks.
Thank you, nagaRAJU ji. It's very nice of you, and I really appreciate your hard work and your continuous support to make this program a success. Really, you are doing a marvelous job. As far as today's presentation is concerned, progress is the path to perfection. That's what I take it with myself. And it was a nice presentation, Mistry ji. Thank you very much for giving us your insights about the two perspectives and giving us the opportunity to make a balance in between these two things. It was a very nice presentation.
Thank you
very much. And especially our international director, who was the chief guest, Ramesh ji, if he is here, he is around. I would like to thank him for giving the opportunity to listen him. Next session would be on the 3rd of April. I would request and invite all of you to be the part of that very session. I will be presenting the topic, as Raju ji said, the myths about motivation. One of the most discussed topic in the world is motivation. And there are a lot of myths attached to these motivation theories and motivation aspects. So we'll be discussing all those things, we'll be exploring things, and we'll be discussing with you. I would request you to get prepared and get some insight about the myths of motivation. Although some things, Mr. Ji, you have already, as Raju ji said, you have given some insight of my topic also, and it would be a continuity of the two topics. That is a great thing. Luckily, we are in a position that continuity will go on. The apology will be there, and let's hope for the best. And once again, thank you, Raju ji, for giving this a very great opportunity, and looking forward on 3rd of April, same time. Thank you.
Thank you, Saqib ji. Surprisingly, actually, I thought there were too many chat sessions, too many questions, answers. So there was a lot of participation, and that's why I thought maybe question answer session was not necessary. But still, we have luckily another 6 minutes left. In case anybody has any question, please raise your virtual hand so that we'll unmute you and you can ask a question. I think there is going to be a question from Dr. Shekhar. Dr. Shekhar, unmute yourself.
Unmute yourself, Dr. Shekhar.
Yeah. It was nice and very simple presentation from you. And in short, I can say it can be the perfection from through progress. Is it?
Yes.
And my second thing is, if I say that perfection as well as progress, the way to it is the failure. Am I correct or?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much.
I will share one example, my personal example of progress and perfection. My grandfather used to do the carving work on wood And then he used to put the silver metal or the copper metal or the brass metal as per the requirement of clients in the temples. And 90 years before, doing this, his progress in his work, he is trying to achieve the perfection. And 90 years, not 90, 95 years before, he has done one work. Ujjain Mahakaleshwar Mandir. If you go to that mandir, you are able to see the carving coated with the silver sheet in the roof of the, from inside the roof of the Mahakaleshwar Mandir temple, and it is in the steps. 95 years has been gone. At that time, no drilling machines were there in India. How he has fixed the wooden carving pieces on that stone, this shape, and then putting the silver sheets on that, metal on that. And that, I think, the perfection in his life, what he has achieved through the progress, through the continuous practice. He has done so many temples in India. He has done the work. But this is the best work I have seen.
Thank you, Ashokji. Before I invite Ananda Kumarji, there is a question from Echan Singhji again. He asks, is striving for perfection holding back your progress?
Yes. When you strive for perfection, your mindset is generally fixed. You have designed your way how to achieve the perfection. And if some obstacles comes, you think that how to learn the new thing or how to take the new ideas, it may give you the perfect result or it may divert your result. And so you hesitate a little bit. And thus it slows you down, or you may not be able to achieve the perfection or the result in time.
Dr. Ananda Kumari.
Good evening, sir. It was a wonderful presentation. I just have a question. How can lions associate progress versus perfection within 1 year period of tenure in our lionistic area?
See, I will tell you one thing, that after becoming a lion, you start learning, you visit our website. Lots of things are there, more than 50,000 pages. Even if you take out a 1 hour in weekly Sunday, you surf on the website. It's like a scuba diving. You will learn so many things. So while learning so many things, there are so many, even Lions Learning Center, there are so many learning courses. So when you go through all those things, you learn yourself, you progress in Lionism, and you will become a perfectionist.
Ashokji, there is an endorsement of what you said from Lion Satish Rajhans. He says, yes, I remember Ashok showing me that work at Ujjain when we both visited it.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, if there are no other questions, maybe we can begin concluding. I just would like to tell you that next Thursday, we have the next presentation. And as Sakibji has already told us, it's going to be a very, very interesting and useful presentation on a topic that's much misconceived. So there are quite a lot of myths and misconceptions about motivation, and he's going to shatter them. So please be there at 9 o'clock next Thursday, and same time, same place, same Zoom link. And I'll, of course, resend you the link and the flyer and everything. I think the attendance is not great today. Please pass on my flyer to as many people as you can. So in case you're not already there on my broadcast list, please send me a hello message on WhatsApp, giving me details from where you are, and then I will include you in my WhatsApp messages. Typically, you might have already noticed on Wednesdays, one day before the program, I post the message in all my Lions groups, expecting that this will be further forwarded to other groups as well. And on the day of the presentation, I forward it to all Lions individually in my broadcast groups. This has been the pattern always, and I'll continue that in future also. Thank you very much for your participation. This program is over.